A 10% better, a 50% better?
I want to say 50%.
Good, bring it back. Good.
It made a huge difference.
So a year ago you tore it?
Exactly a year
Tore
ago.
your rotator cuff?
Yes, that was end of March of last year. I had just started working out.
Okay.
And I think I got too excited and I was like doing a lot of the rower. So I think this was getting really tight. And I actually did it doing the rower because, yeah, it was, and I had no idea. I mean, I was just like going really, really strong, and I got really dizzy and I didn't know what had happened because I think I was really warm.
Yeah.
So just went home and didn't think anything of it until the next day. It was super painful.
Super bad.
And then I waited for like about a month before I went and to see a doctor because it was just not going away. I mean, I had a lot of pain coming down on my biceps, my forearm, and then in the back. Sure enough, like I did an MRI and it showed that I had a tear.
Okay. Do you remember which rotator cuff muscles it was or how much of it was torn?
75%, and that was somewhere
right there.
Right here.
Okay.
Yeah. See if we can avoid surgery, and I was actually on board with that. And then I ended up having a cortisone shot that really helped with the pain, and then I could do PT, and it got better, relatively better, until I started swimming again.
Okay.
2 months ago, and now I start like it's building up again.
Are you doing exercises for it now?
Just the swimming, and
Just
I mean,
the swimming.
I do
Okay.
a little bit of weight lift, like very, very light, like 8 pounds. I cannot lift any weight this way
Because
that is too much. I try doing like
pain
with the pain.
So when you do this, you feel sort of restricted, some pain.
Yeah, a lot of restriction, especially right below my scapula here.
Okay. I always like to establish something that hurts it before we start. That way, maybe in the middle of the session or at the end, I'm going to have you do this again to see if we're making any progress. Sometimes we can make a lot of progress in just one session. Sometimes we make no progress. We can give you some things to do. Go ahead and stand in front of this and just face me. And now I just kind of want to look at your part. You're right-handed, left-handed?
Right-handed.
Right-handed? Okay. We can kind of see the level of the shoulders, which is really common for people who are right-handed. You'll be tilted one way. Look at your hips.
Sure.
Because you said you mentioned that you have hip issues as well, right?
I do.
And you had hip issues before you hurt your rotator. Yeah. Do you get low back pain?
I do get a lot of radiating pain through. It started with sciatica pain, and then through it evolved and got to a point that all my lower back, my entire hip, and the entire leg has like nerve shooting pain.
Okay.
I thought it was a herniated disc.
Okay.
It took me like almost 15 years to go look at it. I finally got an MRI done.
Okay.
I don't have a herniated disc. There's nothing showing here. My psoas is extremely tight.
Okay.
So I think that has been pulling me forward a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And go put your hand on your belly, and I'm just gonna check your pelvic alignment again. I'm just kind of painting a picture, you know.
Sure.
What I like to do is there's this thing that I call TOTE. I think it's the thing in like computer programming. TOTE, T-O-T-E, test, operate, test, exit. Okay. It's good to establish that this is kind of what hurts, right?
Right.
So we can find some other things that hurt, and then we want to operate, T-O-T-E, right? Test, operate. So then I'm going to work on you, and eventually you're going to do it to yourself. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to go back to those same things that maybe hurt, right? Because you want to see, am I making this better? Because if we don't really know what's making it better, how do we know we're on the right path, right? So let's try to look at some other things that hurt. I want you to take your right hand, and you're going to put it on your left shoulder. Okay, and you're going to drop your elbow down, and I want you very slowly to bring your elbow up to your face. Does that hurt?
It's tight here.
Tight, okay.
Yeah.
And let's compare it. So take your left hand, put it on your right shoulder, up and down. Nothing there.
Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take your right hand very slowly again, and you're just going to put it in your back. Any issues with that?
Oh, yeah, definitely
Tight.
tight here.
Okay, let's kind of compare it to the left side. Any issues there?
No.
So the first thing I already noticed is your shoulders are really protracted. You're stuck here. We want these shoulders to be flat against the table. And as the shoulders sort of round forward or sort of push forward, what that can do is it can put a lot of pressure on the back of our necks through here. But this is something I'm going to be looking for here. So let's go and just relax your arm. I'm just going to let this fall out nice and easy. Any issues with this? Okay. Good. Good. Relax. Any issues with this?
No.
So no pain with external rotation, and I'm just passively doing that. And I'm going to let this fall into internal rotation. Tension there?
No pain, just slightly tight here.
Slightly tight.
Yeah, no pain, just tightness.
Okay. And I'm going to try shoulder flexion here. Go ahead and let me have your arm nice and heavy. Any pain there?
Tightness.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, your lats are tight.
Yeah.
This is a good lat test. So you want these to be flat, so I can see that there's a little bit of a gap here. Definitely looking at pec major, pec minor, and I'm definitely going to be looking at your lats in regards to try to open you up, because we want to get these shoulders down. Really good external rotation.
Good.
So let's try shoulder flexion here. Good, same kind of thing, a little bit tight. Do you get mid-back pain or anything like that?
I do.
Mid-back pain?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do a little bit of palpation here. Gonna just looking for tension. It's really all about engagement. You know, the way muscles feel. It's not really per se tight as much as it is getting the muscles to engage through the full range of motion. That's what we're looking for. And get the muscles to engage through the full range of motion, you have mobility. When you have mobility, you have no pain. So upper traps are super tight, like they're holding the head up. Probably because the shoulders are here, right? So if the shoulders are stuck like this, then the head is going to be forward, and the upper traps are what hold the head up. Pec major here. One thing I like to do is make sure that you're relaxed, so I can just kind of do a little bit of jostling, make sure that you're not holding on to your arm. I just want you to let me have the arm. You're already doing a fantastic job of breathing. It's pretty much just working around the coracoid process under the clavicle. Have you had any pain or tingling or numbness in the fingers from this? Good.
No.
Doing all right with that pressure? Good.
I definitely feel a lot here as well.
Okay.
Like in the backs. I mean, I try to find a good way to massage myself here, and I can't figure.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll take a look at the biceps a little bit. Biceps attach up into the shoulder, so the biceps help with flexion. So tight arms, tight biceps can really affect the shoulders as well. That definitely is tight. Pressing it down, making sure you're relaxed. A little bit of pinning down, stretching it out, pinning it down, stretching it out. Tight biceps can really pull the shoulders forward. So we'll spend some time here for sure. Great job breathing. Use my thumb. Split the heads of the biceps. Just trying to get that muscle to engage. Moving your arm around to make sure you're nice and relaxed, nice and heavy. Come back up to the pecs. And you come up, just sort of pinch that pectoralis major. Very tender area for most people. This is really stuck in a short position. We want to lengthen this pec. It's kind of being as curious as possible, just really getting in the tissue. can feel that there are restrictions in here preventing this muscle from engaging. Pin here, externally rotate. Pin in the shortened position, externally rotate to the lengthened position. Pin in the shortened position, externally rotate to open up the chest. Tissue is filling with blood. I can feel it softening. We'll kind of leave that. We'll come back to it. I already see this is starting to relax a little bit. I'm going to just try not to get hung up too much in one area. Check the front of the shoulder, the deltoid. Come back to the biceps. See if things are kind of working together. This biceps is still pissed. So you see this is like a whole line. It's a whole fascial line. Everything's kind of connected. I just want to loosen this whole thing up so the arm just sinks. So it's not just about the shoulder, the bicep. Things get kind of gunked up in the elbow. The elbow might pull on the shoulder because she's probably going to be stuck in this position a lot, you know, on her phone and on the computer and driving. And so we just kind of want to look down the chain. Whatever's going to help that shoulder engage. And just by her breathing, I know it's very tender, especially right there. And geez, I didn't think that was tight. There's no perfect way to do this. It's just feeling and being curious, seeing how she's opening up, how she's letting go. Restriction there in the brachialis, under the biceps brachii. Check the hands. Nobody really hates a hand massage. Oh yeah. Some spiciness in there. Extra spicy. Earlier in my career, I would never think this would impact the shoulder, but it absolutely does. Just trying to get your client to just let go, let it all go. You kind of said you had a little bit of a headache too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just kind of pushing her shoulder from a protracted position to a retracted position. I just want the shoulders to lie nice and flat. I'm just sort of using my palm here to press down on the anterior deltoid, kind of slowly cross fiber frictioning the front of the shoulder, the anterior deltoid. Feels like it really wants to engage. How's that feel to you?
Good.
Yeah.
It is tight.
Yeah. I'm just pinching that upper trap. This upper trap usually has a pretty intense referral. So if the client hasn't really received a lot of body work, it's good to maybe explain when you pinch muscles or do trigger points. Sometimes you feel it other places, like in your head, your forehead, your eyeball. It becomes very clear where tension headaches can come from. Check the pec again. That's feeling much better. Much better. Feels gooey to me now. Let's check the range of motion here. Feel more open?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do.
Right flexion here, nice and heavy. Shoulder here. Yeah, that one's still. Let's check the deltoid. So we know we've got anterior deltoids or middle deltoid, posterior deltoid. I think there's a lot more heads of the deltoid, but that's the gist of it. Yeah, that's tender. Feeling that ropiness in the deltoid there, middle deltoid. We've got our client face down here. And kind of push on the rib cage, see if we got some springiness. Kind of compare the sides. Yeah, definitely more restricted here, not as springy. Feels heavy. Definitely some tension in the rhomboids and traps between the scapula. But we know that she lacks shoulder flexion, and the lats and the teres major are internal rotators. She's collapsing in, she's stuck in flexion. So we really want to loosen the lats. This is one of the most common areas that people need to have engaged, and hardly any body workers ever hit the lats. So I've got this gigantic muscle in the back and in the shoulder, and she's been using her lats. She's got great lats, so I'm just grabbing the lat and grabbing the teres major, and it should be very easy to tell the difference. Teres major is here. It's a big bump, and then I just come down a little bit, and here I am on the lat, and she'll be able to tell the difference. This is the lat, and this is teres major. This one clearly feels worse to me than this one. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. So I've got some confirmation from the client, and so now I just want to pinch this muscle here. Now, if you don't have grip strength, I can maybe do a stacked thumb. I can do a fist. Let's do a fist. Let's start with a fist. That's going to be a little more broad for her to kind of breathe into and relax. So I'm kind of just using my knuckles here, and I'm going to just give some compression, some pressure on this shoulder here. You doing okay with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. It's very bound up in here. This is a big part of the problem right here. Massage is getting the muscles to engage, which is decreasing the pain, increasing the mobility, giving us confidence that we can take our muscles through their full range of motion. Work on these muscles on her own just by the way they feel. Nice and easy. Okay, this is a good spot here. I'm going to clamp down, and then I'm going to just kind of pull away, and she's going to start doing some nice deep breathing, very deep breathing. I just really want you to think about sinking into the table. Just try to let this happen. Just feel the pain. Just let it happen. You're bigger than the pain. It's like you're sitting in a really hot sauna and you want to get out, but you know you can't. You need to last another 5 minutes. Good. That's a good one. Oh, it's twitching.
Feels so good.
It really wants it, right?
Such a good pain.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're on the lat now. Teres major is here. We're on the lat. We can follow the lat here. She has fantastic lats, so easy to grab here. So I'm just kind of looking for something that doesn't feel right. I'm trying to be curious. I'm in her tissue, just searching. I can feel that. She's breathing. Confirmation. Maybe some warm sensation, most likely blood flow. Bringing blood into this muscle that's not engaging. We're really just going after a lot of these big muscles. I mean, we could work the rotator cuff, we could work the supraspinatus, the teres major, the infraspinatus, the subscapularis, but why go to the small muscles when the big muscles aren't even doing their job? Yeah, teres major is a big problem. I want to shorten that muscle a little more. I find the muscle engages a little better when it's in its shortest position. So here, it's a little bit longer. Teres major is a medial rotator, so I'm taking her arm and turning it into medial rotation, which means the muscle is going to be softer, potentially a better chance for it to engage. Again, if I don't have the grip strength, I can do a fist, I can do a stacked thumb, I could do an elbow. Whatever works for you. The beauty of body work. It's like Bob Ross, painting on a white canvas. You can make it your own. don't have to do what I'm doing, but I can give you some ideas. So clearly that teres major is a big part of the issue here. Let's kind of, once again, try not to get stuck. We want to move on. So get the arm nice and relaxed and heavy. What's nice about this is we often don't get to have our deltoids relaxed like this. You can see the deltoid is nice and relaxed. And I'm just going to kind of knead this deltoid. It's just full of tension. And deltoid helps us reach overhead. What did she say hurts it? One of the things was that overhead. So I'm going to be thinking which muscles allow the arm to go overhead. Deltoid would be one. The lat would not be one, but it would be one that would be preventing it. Using my thumb and posterior deltoid there, we can see that it's pretty ropey. Give me a light press elbow back into my hand. Good, relax. Any pain there? Okay. Sometimes pinching gets the muscle to engage better. You can tell that one's very tender. So it's the more tender the muscle, the more disengaged the muscle. It hurts a lot because it's not working. And we might think that's tight. It's just easier to say tight, but what it needs is it needs strength. It needs engagement. You hanging in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even though it's painful, it's still relaxing. Just feeling that posterior deltoid there, cross fiber frictioning it. Let me check the infraspinatus here. Be real spicy. So you have that scapula here. Infraspinatus sits on that posterior side of the scapula. Again, just kind of feeling. This one can be pretty electrical. There's a good spot right there. You can feel that. This is another one that we will refer to the shoulder and down the arm. I might just do a little vigorous friction here. Check the upper trap again, see if that's letting go. That's still pretty tight, but we can kind of compare to the other side. Wow, big difference. Come back to the teres major. Some of these muscles can get kind of raw, so we have to kind of not overdo it. Now we can go underneath the lat and check the serratus anterior. You don't want to use your thumbs. This is an easy one to gently with your elbow. And still keep coming back to this teres major, still pissed. So just pinching, holding the tippy top of the upper trap. Just pinching. It's going to be real intense. They're going to probably feel it in their head. Yes. Let's check supraspinatus. So scapular spine I can feel here. And just come superior. And supraspinatus is right there. That's going to be one of the most commonly torn rotator cuff muscles. Hitting all the spots, right?
Oh, totally. It's definitely super tight there.
Mm-hmm. I think this is good practice to work on people with their clothes on, because it forces you to really, really feel. You have to really know what you're doing to find the muscles through the clothes. It's not necessarily about seeing, it's more about feeling. Supraspinatus definitely feels like it needs some love. Okay, let's see here. Let's check the shoulder flexion again. How are we doing there?
Much better. Not
Looser.
Yeah.
Not as tight.
Not as tight.
It's much flatter now, you see? See, there's no space now. Yeah.
And I can feel it, like it doesn't hurt
Yeah.
here as much.
Yeah. So we're making progress here.
Wow, it's really tight everywhere around there.
For sure. We're making good progress here. I might take a break with a client and have them do the same movements that caused the same pain in the beginning. But I feel like we're on a roll here, so I'm going to just keep going. I'm back to that teres major again. Really lightly, I want you to press down. Good, relax. Now I want you to push your elbow down into the table. Good, relax. And again, press down and relax. Any pain with that?
Tenderness.
Tenderness,
Yeah.
yeah. Try again, press down. Any tension?
I feel in my scapula, like.
Between the scapulas? Yeah, okay.
Right there.
Yeah. Yeah, got some stuff in there. So just got my fingers between the shoulder blades, between the scapula and the spine where the rhomboids and traps live. Let's take a couple deep breaths for me. And when you're ready, I want you to stand back over here in front of that chart. Let's see if we're making any progress at all. So let's
Just better.
Yeah, let's just try this one again.
Here and here,
Okay.
but much better than when we started.
Much better than when we started.
Yeah.
Like a 10% better, a 50% better.
I want to say 50% because everything was like so tight.
So tight, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll give you 50%.
So let's try the hand. Yep, and nice and slow.
Better, but tightness.
In there.
Here.
Yeah.
everything
Okay.
Here.
Try this one very slowly. I want you to bring your arm very slowly, biceps to the ear.
Ooh.
Sharp.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then try to compare that to your left one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy.
Yeah, as far as you can. Good. Bring it back down. Yeah, there. And I want you to do this one now. Okay. Try your left one. Yeah. Try your right one. And when you do this one, you feel it kind of in here and in here.
When I go up like this, mostly from here, this, and it's holding right here.
Yep. All right, lie face up for. I would be doing bands. Isolated strengthening exercises to get the muscles to fire through the full range of motion, right? So you have no pain or tension. Then when you don't have any pain or tension, you can kind of start
doing. Yeah.
Right. But
no, I definitely.
In reality, if you get the muscles to engage, you have no pain, you get the muscles to engage through full range of motion, you're going to swim better.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. That's the goal.
Yeah.
I just got to figure how to make them engage and which exercises to do.
Relax. Just checking that internal rotation. Any pain or tension here? No pain or tension. Okay. Check flexion again. It seems to be this one. It seems to be an issue. All right. This time we're going to do a little bit of active. Just keep your arm here. Good. I'm going to pinch and I want you to slowly raise it up. Good. Bring it back. Good. I'm going to grab a better spot here. Yep. Good. Reach it. Reach it. Reach. Bring it back. Good. And reach it back. Good. Bring it back. I'm just trying to get this muscle to open up through the range. A little active pin and stretch. Good. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Good. Bring it back. You're doing great. And reach. Good job. Bring it back. What a champion. Not all clients can handle this, that's for damn sure. And reach. This will put a little hair on your chest now. Bring it back.
Oh, it's better than being in pain.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And reach. Good, bring it back. Good.
Ah.
Yeah, that would hurt.
Ah, but it hurts so good.
It hurts good, yeah.
Ah, that definitely brought a little relief. Ah, what a difference.
Let's see if we can discover some exercises.
Sure.
If we can get in a little bit of a lunge,
Uh-huh.
and you're gonna take your arm, you're gonna put it in 90 degrees, and I'm pressing into the wall, and I'm trying to engage this while I'm stretching into it, maintaining the tension. Now you probably can't go this far, but our shoulders are super mobile, so you should be able to go pretty far.
Okay.
That's one of the things that's gonna help you open up, right?
Right.
So let's try that. Any pain?
No, it feels good.
Okay. So I want it to be active. So I want you to press while you're stretching.
When I do that, I feel it here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So try to go as far as you can without pain. Maybe try to tuck your chin like this. You want to give yourself a double chin.
And that's a good one.
That's a good one. Okay. All right. Now we want to come up with a lat. Grab onto that's high enough, and I want you to press down with the elbow basically locked. And I'm pressing down to stretch here. So I want you to try to press down and stretch out this lat here. So trying to do it without much resistance. Yeah. So trying to stretch this. How does that feel?
Good.
Any pain?
No, just tightness.
Tightness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good one. So yeah, that's what I usually
So you should feel it through here. Yeah. So you have great mobility there. Yep.
Oh, so much better. This is not tight anymore. Yeah, after that.
Yeah. You want to get like a thin one.
Okay.
You know, our bodies move, in all these different ranges, right? So we want to get our body to engage through all these motions. So the lat is sort of a adductor, extender. It moves in all these different range of motions. So does the pec. So something to kind of think about is to kind of try to open this up here, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
So this is going to stretch here. Okay, so I'll have you do this one as well to try here now, and then another one. So what you don't want to do is this. So chest is open, and I'm just I'm engaged here, right? Or if you don't like the arm out, I can walk out, and you can see how it's stretched, but I'm also pushing. I'm engaging it, right? So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to engage into the stretch. So see how deep that is? Because the shoulder is ridiculously mobile. Let this go a little more. Yeah. How's that feel?
Feels great.
It's like a good stretch, right?
Oh, it's so good.
Yep. And push your hand forward like you're benching a little bit. Good. Good. Hold there. Walk forward a little bit. And we're trying to open this up. Push forward a little bit. Good. Walk forward a little bit. You should feel a nice pull and just kind of hold that right there.
I do.
So your pec is in its most stretched position, but it's also under tension. So we're not passively stretching, we're actively engaging in a stretched position.
Feels so good.
Feels good, right?
Feels wonderful. So I should do this every day.
You should do it every day. If you can get the muscles to fire in a shortened and also in a stretched position, you will feel wonderful. Rolling out the muscle first.
Okay.
Then doing the engagement exercises. So let's say we're gonna do the pec. Okay, so ball here.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, so now I'm just hitting the pec and I'm gonna lean into it and whoo, that is really good. All my body weight is into it. It's a piece of cake. And I'm just gonna do this for a few minutes. Stay away from the breast tissue, and you would stay up onto the upper pec all through here. Now that I've done that, so I hit the lacrosse ball, now I'm doing the band. So I'm rolling the lat out, sort of moving it around, rolling it out. Now that I've done that, come back here, and I'm just gonna try to engage this here. But the way to keep it, the way to change your structure is
The bend. Well, I'm not.
well,
gonna-
do strength and do
yeah.
strength and doing strength the right way. You know, getting the
Right.
muscles to engage in the full range of motion, in the stretch, in the shortened position. And then when you get the massage again, you'll be like, it doesn't hurt that bad
Oh, that's great.
because the muscles are engaged.
Well, thank you. Thanks
Yeah.
for saying that, because I feel like I always want to bypass the workout. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I know I need it."
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Awesome.
Sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Goodbye.